Good morning. This is the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Transport Briefing for Wednesday, March 22nd. A look at precipitation the past 7 days. You can see a significant amount of moderate to heavy rain in the green to dark green to yellow shades. That indicates anywhere from you can see the key here on the left, from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of precipitation, either rain or water equivalent when snow is melted down all the way through the higher terrain. In a lot of areas, also hitting the central Idaho mountains. You can see the percent of normal on the right-hand side. A lot of our higher terrain above normal, also getting some above normals down in southern Nevada, where they've missed a couple of the storms recently. A little drier across parts of central Nevada, but they've had a very wet winter so far. You can see the 100-hour fuels, most areas above 20%, so no significant concerns. You pretty much maybe even too wet to burn in a lot of areas other than piles. Definitely need a bit of a dry period to get things to burn readily. You can see in the past 72 hours on the left, significant amounts of snow, 6 to 12 inches, locally up to 18 inches, where you see the yellows, oranges, and reds scattered all about our higher terrain. That's been the story of our winter. Snow cover on the right-hand side, you can see I would say about 80% of the geographic area still has snow cover, even down into some of the middle elevations, which is kind of unusual for late March. Typically, the snow cover goes into the snowpack areas by the time we get into the fourth week of March. We still have a lingering snow cover in some of the middle elevations as well, and record snowpack in the higher terrain. You can see it up here, anywhere from 175 to 234, 198, 265% of normal. So the southern central portions of the Great Basin, most of Nevada, Utah mountains, well above normal snowpack to near record snowpack levels. And it diminishes quite a bit northwards, but only to quote unquote normal levels. Once again, in central mountains of Idaho, anywhere from a little over 100% to maybe 125% of normal. Same story for western Wyoming. So everyone in the mountains is looking really good. And here's another storm system, a deep, cold, low pressure system with lots of moisture, more snowfall. 10 to 20 inches on the way for the higher terrain areas, especially across the mountains of central northern Utah and northern central Nevada. So here's that storm system for this afternoon. You can see through here areas in the green indicate cloudy skies with precipitation falling, cold temperatures, no significant issues on the 7-day. Strong transport winds here in the purple to brownish shades, anywhere from 25 to 45 miles per hour. Lesser winds up north. Minimum afternoon humidity. This is as dry as it gets, very high, above 40 or 50% most areas. And vertical mixing, very good, several thousand feet above ground level here on the right-hand side. So if we were in a dry period, these would be great dispersion conditions. Problem is, a lot of the fuels are quite wet, and no real change tomorrow. The stormy pattern continues. Continuation of the storm system actually deepening. So lots of areas of clouds and precipitation where you see the areas of the green, another system pushing down the Pacific Northwest. You can see the high humidities on the right. Transport winds diminishing a little bit, but still gustiest up into western areas. Excellent vertical mixing once again. And there's that storm system on Friday, this time hitting more of the northern areas, getting down to about the I-80 corridor, with rain and mountain snow. Actually, this is coming with a lot of cold air, so snow levels are going to drop down to near or below 4,000 feet. High humidities again, good transport flow, good vertical mixing. This is the 3-day precipitation total, so widespread. Areas in the bluish shades, probably about another 10 to 20 inches of snow. A lot of this will be above the snow rain snow line. A little bit less across the Sierra front for a change. Now, Saturday, same story. Areas in the green, more widespread precipitation coming in with another deep low pressure system, and that moisture lingers on Sunday into Monday and into Tuesday. The storm system cuts off the central California coast, bring in some good Pacific moisture, and again into the western areas of Nevada and into much of Idaho. And western Wyoming, more moderate to locally heavy precipitation, which eventually will work its way eastwards through the middle of next week. So here's a precipitation. This is day 4 through 5. So this is Saturday morning through Monday morning. Fairly light, local moderate in the dark green. And then it starts tapering off a bit for Monday through Wednesday, but then there is the next storm system in the Sierra starting to push into the western portion of the Great Basin. These are our 7-day totals. And the 8 to 14-day outlook, March 29 through April 4th, shows no real change, significantly colder than normal temperatures across the Great Basin and wetter than normal conditions across most areas as well. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.